Did it work? It seems like maybe.
Sun is heavy on the red dirt. Boot heels digging in the clay. I see the storm on the edge of the sky. I am not turning back today, not today. The engine is screaming my name. The blood is a river on fire. We are the hunters of the sun, running till the race is won, with a heart that never sleeps. This is the promise we keep. Whoa. I have the hunger of a mountain cat, tracing a scent through the pine. Give me the thunder and the heavy rain. Everything I want is mine. All is mine. We are the hunters of the sun, running till the race is won, with a heart that never sleeps. This is the promise we keep. Whoa. Kneel down in the valley, rise up in the heat. We do not need no mercy, we do not know defeat. We are the hunters of the sun, running till the race is won, with a heart that never sleeps. This is the promise we keep. We keep running, we keep chasing, until the sky falls down. Ooh. the speaker shake. I can't stay still. My palms are sweating. The volume starts to climb. Hold your breath. Counting down. 3, 2, 1. Let the bass take over. Feet off the floor. Everything is moving. Lose yourself right now. The rhythm is a magnet pulling on your chest. You try to fight it, just let it happen. The room is spinning. I see your eyes on me. Forget about the exit. We are already here. Right here. Feel the heat rising through the bottom of your shoes. Hold your breath. Counting down. 3, 2, 1. Let the bass take over. Feet off the floor. Everything is moving. Lose yourself right now. The rhythm is a magnet pulling on your chest. You try to fight it, just let it happen. Stop. Listen, the pulse is in your
All right,
chest.
all right, all right.
Feel the snap.
What do you think of the music? I'm going to turn that down some. That might have been too much. So I've been playing around in producer AI, right? And I really like the music side of it. The lyrics kind of suck, but that's more on me, which is okay. But it makes some really good stuff. Hang on, let's turn that music off. You didn't do it. There it goes. This one, I kind of wanted something fun and high energy for my children and I to dance around to. And it is the latest one I've been playing with. It needs a little work. It needs a lot of work. But I like the basic idea of it. So I thought we'd play it today. That first one called Hunters of the Sun, that one I really dig. I do. But we will turn them off now. Anyway, if you haven't checked, if you're into music creation and you would like to play with some AI tools, I think you have to be invited, but you can go to their website and sign up, Producer AI. And at least that's what I did. And eventually, I don't know, it was a few days later, I got an email and here you go. So, and they've got a free level you can play with and use stuff like that. I actually might end up signing up for it because there's only so much you can create on the free one. You have to earn, their version of points or whatever. And you get access to some other tools if you pay for it. And I might, because I'm having a lot of fun with it. And I think we can do some cool stuff on the screen with it as well. So that'll be kind of cool. So, yeah. All right. What we're going to do today, that is a good question. We are going back into Popcorn Roleplay. This is GTA RP. Playing our character Kasey Kellum. And Kasey and I both are getting a little bored. All we've been doing is trucking. Now we're going to do a little trucking here just to go ahead and earn a little bit more money to pay for our stuff today. And then I think we're going to start exploring a little bit and see what else we can come up with. I would like to talk to some other characters. Unfortunately, signing in right now, there's only one other one on the server. So we may or may not run into that person. Maybe some more will join in. Kasey needs to change clothes. Those are getting dirty. But it'll be okay. So I do want to try, actually, hang on. I want to try something real quick that I don't know if will work on this particular server. I am going to change you over to that screen because I don't want you seeing my personal stuff. If we do that, there we go. We'll see what happens with that. I've got to bring you back. Okay. That's one of the things I want to do is set up some hotkeys in OBS so I don't have to tab out of the game to jump to that screen or do a couple of other things. So, yeah. Casey's all right on food. Could use a little drink. I don't even remember where I am. That's where I am. Okay. Might need to change my mouse scroll speed too. I've done a few things since the last time I streamed. One of which was I changed my processing on the mic a little bit, and I hope it sounds okay. I'm going to pause at some point and go back and listen to that because that's one of the problems. I'm an old guy. I mean, I'm not that old, but I like having knobs and buttons, and it's all digital now. All of my, noise reduction and compression and all of that, which is fine. It's just that it introduces a lot of delay into the stream, and it really screws with your brain when you're trying to talk and then hear your voice, a half a second later. It messes it up. There's nothing good in there. So I might end up actually trying to offload some of that just because I like having buttons and knobs and actually listening to myself. The delay, overall, I'm mostly really liking Wavelength. Actually, up until about 30 minutes ago, I would have told you I'm really liking it, except for the latency issue. There's something else going on, because one of the things I really like about it is the fact that I can set up all kinds of different outputs. Well, they're not working. I have two. For whatever reason, I had set up a chat one just to play music that I could hear, that I don't have to stream, so I don't have to worry about copyright strikes or whatever. And it is not working. Oh, you know what? We need to work out today, too. Let's do a truck and job or two, just to get a little cash in the bank. And then we'll go find something else. Anyway, that's become... I want to love it. I really do. And like the initial idea of it actually got me excited enough to think about maybe buying some other Elgato products. We're going to wait. That's that same one I keep doing. I mean, I guess I could go do it. What else do we have? Lemonade. I guess we'll do the lemonade one just for something different. Or we could do we want to do a short one? Let's do scrap. It's a crappy truck. We'll do it anyway. We'll do the scrap one and then we'll come back. So I really want to love it. I do. But I can go ahead and tell you right off the bat, my issues with it have been the noise reduction plugin that they use, first of all, is... I don't know who or what it's designed for. Why didn't you get in the truck, dude? You got to get in the truck. I like more control, and it is taking a lot of fiddling with to figure that out. He will not get in that truck. What the heck is going on with that? Let's lock it. Okay. We don't have keys to it anymore, I think. I think that's the issue. All right, let's go cancel the job and start over. Because I'm not sure what's happening there. Well, I never had the keys to the vehicle, apparently, because I couldn't get in and start it. Let's do that same one again. Okay. Will you get in now? You will. That was weird. All right. I also was unhappy with, this wasn't an Elgato problem. I don't know if I streamed with it. I messed with my mic settings a good bit and recorded some stuff and even sent off a audition that I really wish I hadn't set off. Listening to it in my headphones back, it sounded okay, but once I listened to it on speakers, it was too muddy. Audio geek stuff. It was just too muddy on the low end. So I have messed with that and cleaned it up a little bit. I mean, I'm an old radio guy and I'm used to sounding that way, but that's not what I want for RP. I want to make it to where everybody in the server can hear me, to where you guys can hear me, but it still needs to be somewhat natural. Because if I, sound like a 90s era disc jockey all the time, well, that's not really right. Just gonna have to stick our nose out there and see what we can do. So yeah, YouTube, the thumbnail says New Directions ? And that's kind of, we are going to do a little trekking today. But at his core, Kasey is not a trucker. He's just doing this to get a little money and get himself established. And he really needs to get out in the city and figure out whether it be legal or illegal means, or there's some better ways to make a little cash in this town. And I suspect there are. So that's what we'll do. We're going to do a couple of trucking jobs. This is probably going to be a long stream today. I may have to take a break in a couple hours and then come back. It kind of depends on what's going on. It's like yesterday. I had scheduled a stream and fully expected to stream, but I had some stuff that I had to do in the morning, and I figured, okay, I'll get my stuff done in the morning, and then I'll start streaming around lunchtime. Well, the morning stuff ended up into lunchtime stuff, and more stuff kept adding to it. And by the time I got done with everything, I don't know if that's on my end or the game's end, but I've got some weird stuff. I'll have to come back and look at the stream in a bit. Anyway, you know, life happens, and by the time I could stream, the family and everybody was going to be getting home in like 40 minutes, and I just didn't see the point. So I took a little nap instead. What else do we have? Oh, I got to pay attention to what I'm doing. What else do we got going on? I think there is some sort of... We should go check Birdie in a few minutes. I think there is some sort of St. Patrick's Day themed event going on this weekend. I don't know that Kasey's going to be able to join that. Kind of depends on what I've got going on in real life. I'd like to. I think it would be a lot of fun. It's a me problem. It's not a server problem. But when I play the most, there's just not a lot of people here, right? Like when I flew in, I mentioned this, but there was one person. And that's okay. I mean, like I said, that's a me problem. Server, quote-unquote, prime time is in my time zone in the evenings. And for me, that's family time. You know, we've got the kids' activities going on. We're making dinner. And as much as I'm enjoying doing this, it is a hobby. And family comes first. And I'm not willing to sacrifice time with my children to be here, for the most part. But we'll find a balance there. You know, it could be that I start playing some after they go to bed. I'm not sure what that looks like in City, because I haven't done it much, but I might. What else we got going on? Let's see. Personal life. I missed my turn. I was talking about waiting on lots of packages, and we finally got them. Jess. Yeah. Ordered a desk off of Amazon. Basically what happened was she was using an L-shaped desk, and we decided we wanted to move her to a different room, move me to a different room, blah, blah, blah. And the L-shaped desk just wasn't going to work for her. So I ended up taking that L-shaped desk, and we got her a new one. And it was supposed to arrive last Sunday. It didn't. No worries. Then it just disappeared. So she contacted Amazon, and apparently it had gotten lost in transit. We're so sorry. They gave her a little credit. We'll ship another one out. It'll be there on Tuesday. Okay. A little disappointing, but all right. It happens. Whatever. Tuesday came and went. No desk. Huh. So she contacts them again. Well, it's been delayed or whatever. I don't know. It'll be here Wednesday. Okay. All right. Wednesday, she gets I don't do this on my stuff, but apparently you can like track the actual delivery vehicle and it'll tell you things like 12 stops away, 9 stops away, whatever. So she's doing that and it got down to where it was like 7 stops away, 6 stops away, you're next. Right? It told us here comes your delivery. We saw the van. The van parked outside of our house. And then he left, or her. I don't know who was driving it. No delivery. What the hell? So, and I don't know, she had a couple of conversations after that, and I don't know the details of all of that, but I know the end result was the driver apparently had run out of delivery hours. Okay. And drove, instead of dropping off the desk, which was saying it was being delivered right now, drove, I guess, the hour or hour and a half or whatever it is back to the Amazon facility that's closest to us and parked for the night. And I get it, because when you're working, when it's time to get off work, you want to get off work. But there's something wrong in the system there, right? When it tells us that you're next, we can see the vehicle sitting right outside the house and you don't get it. That is setting a horrible example. You know, if you're going to make the expectation you're getting it delivered, then it needs to be delivered. But it did finally come last night, which is what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days past what they said they were going to do, which is why I'm getting fed up with Amazon. I mean, I am and I'm not. Amazon is a great it's a great place to find just about anything, right? But the customer service used to be, here we go, the old man coming out. Used to be Amazon had great customer service. Like, that was one of my jobs a long time ago, was I trained managers how to train their people for good customer service. Okay. And I had a couple of examples I used. One of them was Amazon. And here's why. Amazon, and seriously, this is, I don't know, 15, 20 years ago. Amazon consistently had incredibly high customer service ratings, which back then was actually phenomenal because you don't interact with people. They managed to get super high customer service ratings without ever having a person-to-person conversation with a person. And that was unheard of back then. I mean, they set the standard for it, right? It was amazing. You could order something, and if you paid for the membership or whatever, you could order something and 2 days later, it's on your doorstep. Wow. And you could get pretty much anything, and really you could find a lot of high quality stuff, and I loved using it. And old man part of me coming out, it has just gone way downhill. I mean, now half the time I order something and I'm lucky if I get it within 3 days. And it tells you that in the app. At least they're setting the expectation it's going to be 3 to 5 days. Okay, that's fine. When you tell me it's a next day delivery and it doesn't get here for 3 days, that's bad customer service. When you tell me it's going to take 3 days and it does, okay. It's setting the expectation. And they do a horrible, at least in my area now, they do a horrible job of that now. Oh, well, it's third party. Okay, if it's third party and that's what's happening, quit doing it. If you can't provide me with that good customer service that made you what you are, it's time to do something different. You know what I mean? Anyway, so I'm ranting now. But to the point that we're really thinking that why are we paying for Amazon when Prime is not getting us any faster delivery than it would be to just whatever. Let me see what's going on. Good morning.
Good morning.
How you doing today?
I'm trying to see if I could get myself up to finally level 10.
Oh, very nice. You were way ahead of me, dude. I'm working on level 3.
It's a grind.
Yeah. In fact, we're going to do a little bit of this today, and then I need to explore some more, just kind of see what's out there,
Oh. I highly recommend checking out Farming got a buff. I don't know how much it is right now.
Really?
Yeah. It works like lumber. I don't know if you ever done lumber.
Yeah, I did a little bit of lumber when I first came into the city.
Yeah, farming got a buff. It's you pick and choose if you want to seed the fields, plow and seed the fields, or if you want to harvest and then set up the hay for baling.
Yeah.
And then you got the baling process, and then you got the process where you pick up the bale.
Huh.
The last one is putting away the bale away.
Huh. All right. And so where would I go to check that out? I need to go up to Grapeseed or something like that?
Yeah, you gotta go to Sandy Shores or the city hall for
Yeah.
the job change, and then
Yep.
go farming.
Okay.
up
All
there.
right. Well, I appreciate the tip. We might check that out just for, you know, a little variety in life.
Yeah, that got a buff, and I think he might buff it again.
Okay. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Well, and the other thing sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say I tried it out for a bit. That's the only reason why I used to remember the steps.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, it's not that bad.
I gotcha. All right.
About it. It was something that's so complicated.
Yeah. Well, I've never been much of a green thumb, but maybe it's time to give it a shot.
Yeah. You don't have to start from the beginning. You can just pick up where somebody left off.
Oh. Now that's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Teamwork. Teamwork makes the dream work, man.
Mm-hmm.
Damn it, I got holes in my shirt. I guess I better change it. All right, well, I'm going to grab this truck, or I thought I was going to grab a truck. What the hell? I know what I did. I am so bad about, you know, I don't own a truck, but I keep getting picking jobs like I do own a truck.
Oh, the freight job?
Yeah. That's kind of what I've been...
$500,000 and get a mech job. If you get the mech job, you can buy the one that everyone's been buying right now. That
Really?
Stretch Phantom.
Yeah. Oh, man, that is a good-looking one, too. Oh.
Yeah, I got that thing. I was like, $500,000, fuck it.
Well, I'm not quite there, but I'll get it.
Just grind away, man. That's it. That's what you could do.
Well, I don't mind doing it. I'll put, I'll put some music in my ears, if you know what I mean, and just kind of head down the road, and it's relaxing in its own way. Damn it. See, that's the other thing. I keep picking all these jobs I don't have the skills for yet.
Oh, I just do what I did. Focus on distance.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. That seems to be everybody's advice is get your distance up first. So that's what I'm working on.
Yeah, distance for sure, because you get the better payout.
Yep. All right. Well, I'm going to go hit the road and get this one done, but I'll catch up with you in a bit.
All right. You be safe out there.
All right. You too, man.
Watch out for cops and watch out for random locals.
Dude, it's the random locals that are the issue right now. Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. In fact, I did one load and I had the green light and, you know, damn asshole cuts right across right in front of me and I T-boned him. What the hell you want me to do?
I see them start a right-hand turn and then decide to go straight at last second.
Yep. They're also rude as hell when you're backing up. They will not leave you any space.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So. All right. Well, have fun. Try not to wreck anything.
Yeah, I'm deciding what to do.
Yeah. Oh, it's the crappy truck again. You know what, chat? It just occurred to me, I think I forgot to lock my front door, which I usually don't worry about because I'm in a really good, knock on wood, neighborhood. However, when I'm streaming with my headphones on, I cannot hear jack. So I'm trying to get in the habit of keeping it locked. But then I have to, well, I don't. To be nice, I like to unlock it before the kids come home, so that way they don't have to worry about it. They can get in if the front door's locked. It's easier for them to come in the front, you know. What the hell? Did you see that truck just fall? The other thing I've done, and at some point I will take a little break and I will back up and go look at some of my stream. I have changed my settings on streaming here on YouTube. Trying to get you guys a little bit better video quality. I was working on audio quality first, and I think I'm getting close to what I want there. But then I want to make sure I'm just providing a good product for y'all. And I know watching me do, oh shit! Damn it! I did not even look. Fucking hell. Fuck. That was stupid. That's part of Kasey. Kasey is a little bit forgetful. And I've actually kind of intentionally started to build that into his character. Just because I do stupid shit like that. Damn it. Well, at least it wasn't like a great money job. You know what, while we're here, come back here. As long as we're here, yeah, we're good. We'll go ahead and stop and get a little bit more food. I cannot believe I did that. Damn. All right. All right, all right, all right. Stupid. Was that Kaz? That's the other. I'm really good at remembering faces, although you don't see his face. We see the helmet. But I think that was Kaz. Or Cass. Damn. We ought to go with a little variety, but... Oh, I still have coffee, too. That's nice. Probably shouldn't be drinking before I start driving the truck, right? Here, go ahead and drink that one. Speaking of which, I want to put my music on, which means you end up having to hear me sing, and that sucks. But I tell you what, since I just screwed up, I am going to reset for a moment and go lock my front door like I said I was going to do, get me something to drink. I brought something in with me, but I guess I'm really thirsty today because I already drank all my water, so I want to get some more. And I will be right back in just a couple of minutes. So, yeah. Okay. So, front door is locked. I've got me something to drink. And it took a little longer than I expected, but that's because my, the dogs were out back barking, and I don't really know what they were barking at. But I felt like I needed to check on that, because if they're I'm going the wrong way. If they're barking during the day, there's something weird going on. Still going the wrong way. So the deal is I built into Kasey. He grew up around Vice City and had an accident where he got hit on the head and nearly died. And as a result of that accident, get in the truck. He suffers from a little bit of memory loss occasionally, forgetting names, forgetting the names of objects, stuff like that. I just thought it might be a little fun to mess with a little bit. And he's also got an interesting phobia, which if it ever comes up, we'll play with. I'm going to keep that one to myself for now. He's evolving. I'm trying to make him a bit more interesting for RP. Especially when we get into more fun interactions than just trucking or whatever. Do. Okay. Dynamite. Oh, I do not need to be doing dynamite until I figure out to quit running in front of trains. I guess we're going to do the cleaning supplies job. Let's see if I can actually get away with that one. Mm-hmm. You're going to get in this time? You are. That is fantastic. Start the truck. And I was talking and was so excited about getting a new keyboard the other day. I did finally get it, so that's kind of nice. Same kind of issue with Amazon. And that one wasn't a big deal. It was expected on Tuesday. It didn't come on Tuesday. But my tracking updated Tuesday, like early Tuesday, saying, you know, updated to Wednesday. And that was okay. I was all right with that one. The desk, that was some bullshit. Yeah. There's my hole. Perfect. Managed to get out without running into a train. Of course, we haven't crossed the train tracks, so that's probably why. But that's nice. And I'm still very much figuring out this streaming thing. I can see if somebody chats, but somehow I screwed up and I have lost my control panel. So, and I'm not really like super worried about viewers or whatever yet. But I can't see if I have any viewers, and I can't figure out how to turn that back on. I will do that, I don't know, another time. Right now, I just want to play a little bit. Yeah, I'm a shithead. One thing that's... So I went from a membrane keyboard to a mechanical one, not a super high quality one. I didn't want to spend a bunch of money. I've never had one before. I've never known any better. Oh my gosh, are the keys sensitive? It's kind of cool. And then I retired my old one to the backup PC, which may... I'm still trying to figure out what to do with it. I might end up connecting them together and I don't know, we'll play with it. Two of the three boys had ball practice last night, and That's fun. So the youngest one, this is his first year. He's playing T-ball. Well, they call it T-ball. But like when I grew up, T-ball was you hit the ball off the tee. What they actually get the opportunity to do is they get 3 pitches, and if they, or is it 5? I think it's 3, to actually swing at. And if they miss all 3, then they hit it off a tee. And it's just fun watching that age play. Like at practice last night, and it was 2 other boys. It wasn't one of mine. But one kid was give or take in a shortstop position, grabbed the ball, threw it to first base. The first baseman actually managed to catch it, which is rare in that age group. And everybody, all the parents cheered and got really excited because it was a good throw. It was a good catch. It was amazing for that age group, you know. And I kind of wandered around the park a little bit. Our season doesn't start for another week or so, but there's lots of practices, and you've got everybody from T-ball all the way up to 15U, which means 15 years and under, kind of all practicing at the same time. So it was really neat to get to watch the different skill levels, if you will, right? Experience levels is a better way to put that. Come on, truck, get moving. So that was kind of cool. And the other thing, I mean, I have more hobbies other than just gaming, right? I mean, I call myself a gaming dad to a point. There's only a handful of games I play often. I've really gotten into GTA Roleplay. So, and that's mostly what you're going to see. But we also, as a family, we do Minecraft. Because everybody can play that. The big kids, the little kids, everybody. And we have a family server. It's a survival server. I delisted it for a couple of reasons. I streamed a little bit of that as a test stream the other night, working on settings. I might do some more. The thing is, I mean, here's the thing with our family server. I don't know that it's really good content because it's kind of boring. I mean, it's a survival server where we do a lot of farming and stuff. We have fun with it. I just can't imagine it's that much fun to watch. And the other thing is I'm not going to put my kids on stream. So, you know. Anyway, so I do a little bit of Minecraft. Every now and then, and I say every now and then, I actually have not played Rocket League in a long time. But I really think we might do some of that because I do enjoy Rocket League. And now that I have a PC capable of it, you know, there are all kind of AAA titles I could check out. I just don't know what I would like. Oh, and play a lot of regular GTA. But that's something I do with the older kids and my partner. And I enjoy it to a point. It's just, if you go, and you know, if you play GTA Online, I mean, it's devolved almost to where it's just a first-person shooter all the time, and my character in GTA Online, we might stream a little of that too, just why not, because we do play a lot. But my character there, I mean, he's got like $130 million in the bank. He pretty much owns everything he wants to own. Well, and that's not even a character, right? Because, I mean, I guess it could be. But they're all silent, so there's really no role play aspect to it, which is okay. I mean, that's not really it, I guess. But, you know, you go in a public server and you're just going to get killed over and over. So, a lot of times if we're actually trying to do stuff, we'll do invite onlys. Because I'm not really good at first-person shooter stuff or even combat in GTA. I don't particularly enjoy it. I mean, I'll do it sometimes for a few minutes. But I enjoyed the grind, figuring out how to maximize making money. How did I know how I decided the best way to get in here was, and we went the wrong way. I think I should be able to back into... Let's just go ahead and go to the easy one. So I was all about figuring out how to maximize my money. And once I did that, I just felt like I was done. I've never actually played the offline mode all the way through. That might be something we could do before 6 comes out. I don't know, everybody's all excited about 6 coming this fall. Ooh, 6 is coming out. And it is if you have a console. I don't. That's not true. We do, but we don't have the new ones, right? Everything we've got is kind of old. And so for PC, I guess, you know, they haven't announced it yet, and we don't really know. We're going off of history, but we're guessing it'll be about a year later. I will definitely buy that and stream some of that. And it will be interesting, too, to see... Back it up. Back it up. I've got to change my keyboard. I have slid it slightly. I have problems with S's. I'm sorry, y'all. I have slid it slightly off of my keyboard pad. So now it is right. No, is that the deal? No, it was sitting on a USB cable. Okay. Yeah, so it'll be interesting with 6. I'm excited about the story with Jason and Lucia. It looks like they're adding a bunch of really cool stuff. I am really excited for an opportunity to play that. But I'm curious what it means for the future of 5M. Rockstar bought CFX, which is 5M, right? And I can't imagine they bought it just to let it sit there. So I suspect there is going to be some way, and I don't know what it will look like, but I suspect there will be role play. And it may be that you have your normal, like, GTA 6, but it's GTA Online server thingy, maybe. And then maybe you have an option to go into a role play server instead. I don't know. But what does that mean for the developers, right? Like, maybe I'm thinking about it wrong. Maybe it's going to be more like Minecraft, right? Where like we have our family server, and I've got that hosted on a machine locally. In fact, I've got it set to where I'm pretty sure you can't even join it unless you're on my LAN. At least I think that's how I've got it set. And I probably need to think about changing that because the oldest boy can't play unless he's in this household. And now that he's not here a lot, of course he doesn't play a whole lot with us anymore anyway. Anyway, I'm rambling on that. But you know how, because you can do that. You can make your own server. You have third-party hosting that you can do. But you've also got the realms through Minecraft, through Windows, Microsoft. So maybe it's going to be something like that with 6. I know that there are a lot of communities with 5M and the other one. What is that called? I don't remember. So I think that's a fair bit of the player base that's going to be unhappy if they can't customize and set up things like economies, jobs, you know, all the stuff that makes the roleplay side kind of giving you something to do when there's not much in the way of interaction with people. So I'm curious to see what that looks like, but I'm excited for it too, you know, and I'm hopeful that I have the opportunity to RP for a long time. And I'm excited to see what RP in the 6 world looks like. He did warn us about cops, but We'll have to check. When I flew in, there was only one other person in the city, and that was him. So maybe that was just a general warning, maybe. What do you think? Maybe 1 or 2 more trucking jobs and then we'll go do something else? We might do that. Let's see what we can come up with. I am quite certain we're not going to see any services here, but... no. Okay. No problem. Where's the party at 8 hours ago? Probably over by now, dude. I hope you found one, though. Luchetti's Pizza is still open. Okay. This location is actually insane. What are you doing? Okay. All right. That's fun. Yellow Jack has been restocked. Yeah, this is the event I was talking about. Let's see. What do we got going on? St. Patrick's Day, scavenger hunt and relay race, and that is tomorrow at... Okay. Okay. No, wrong button. That's going to take a little bit of getting used to on my, in fact, I'll probably not assign that. I've got a row of hotkeys on the keyboard now, or macro keys, or whatever you want to call them. And my intent is to use those mostly with OBS and maybe switching my personal mix of music. Anyway, one of them is right next to the escape key. And I am used to the escape key being the last one on the left, and it's not anymore. That could actually be fun. Maybe I'll assign that to something insanely dumb in game. Like honking the horn. I mean, that's not insanely dumb. Oh, I know it would break me out of the habit. I could assign it to jumping out of the vehicle. Do that a couple times. That'll teach me. No, I'm not. I'm not. I'm not. Okay. Need to eat again. What do we got? Empty car trailer. See, I want that one to pay better because that's an easy job. That's probably why it pay sucks. I might do it anyway. The cheese we were looking at. Oh, that's not terrible. It's a short distance one, but it's not terrible money for it. Just for giggles, let's do that one anyway. Safety third, put on the seatbelt. I'm letting Siri pick my music, and she has got some, I don't want to call it melancholy country, but like Carrie Underwood in there right now. And nothing against Carrie, but not exactly the vibe I'm going for right now. That's something else I need to figure out how to do with the keyboard is switch those, which I'm quite certain I can. So our other goal for the day is to try not to die. Like the other day, we were up exploring and fell into the void and lost everything, and that sucked. I was kind of worried I was going to die when that train hit me a little while ago. We're about to cause a problem. Yep. Kasey don't care. I've also been mulling over the idea of another character, and I kind of want to play him. I just don't know that I'm going to do that on stream the first time, because I really want to. There's a couple of issues with him. Like, he would not be good to do right now. He's not motivated to go make money or do any of this stuff. He pretty much just lives to. What the hell? Why am I going this way? Because I'm following the map instead of paying attention. He really needs people, other characters to play off of. So, a server without anybody in it, not so much fun. And he's all about causing a little mayhem. And he is hardcore a secondary character, because he doesn't have a lot of room for growth. Doesn't mean he can't do a story, he can. I should have paid attention better. I'm assuming I have to back in here. But I'd like to practice and work on his voice a little bit. I didn't have to back in here. It's okay. We can figure this out. I think. There we go. Now it's playing Whiskey Town. That's more my speed. You don't know Whiskey Town. And I can't imagine a lot of people do. I was big into what they called adult alternative. I guess we're going to have to straighten the trailer out up in there, I guess. Okay. So, let's go this way. Anyway, lead singer by the name of Ryan Adams. And I would never say they had any huge hits or whatever, but they had a song called 16 Days that was kind of a staple in adult alternative radio in the, I don't know, was that late 90s or early 2000s? Something like that. Good stuff. And I really wish the record labels or catalog owners or whoever it is and the streaming services could get their shit together. Because music like that, right, that not a lot of people know but is really good, it'd be awesome to showcase that a little bit and ultimately would earn them money, because maybe I play you a song you've never heard and you say, hey, what is that? I like that. And then you go find it. You know what I mean? Back in the bad old days, you didn't worry about such stuff. We had, there was a service called Napster and LimeWire, and there were all these competing services where basically you just went and downloaded whatever the hell you wanted. Seriously, I had something like 28 days worth of music that I could play on repeat without overhearing the same song again. And it all came off of those kind of services. And in the early days of Second Life, is Second Life even a thing anymore? God knows. Anyway, when Second Life came out, there was a lot of hype around it, and I joined it early on. And there was nothing to do. You just sat around and pretty much did nothing. And I hated it. I mean, it just seemed stupid and pointless to me because I don't know. And it got better eventually, but I left it alone until I had some friends that had gotten into it, and they said, hey, you really ought to join us on this. This one's probably going to suck because it's really good money. Probably because I'm on the wrong tab again. And they said, we want to start a radio station and we'd like for you to host a program on it. Okay. So we did. And that was another one. I played whatever I wanted to play because there were no guardrails, right? There was no restrictions on copyrighted music, blah, blah, blah. Now, that's a little different, and I get it because the artists aren't getting paid for the stuff you do. I mean, it's kind of the same argument. I wish there was a way we could figure that out. I don't like any of the money on any of these. I mean, that one is gonna suck. But the money's good. We'll let it suck. Go do it. Anyway, so I did that. And they're like, oh, we're going to have the opportunity to make money and it's going to be fun. And I'm like, okay, I didn't really understand all of it. And I did it for a little while and I would put together a radio program and I would put together, I mean, it was very much an adult alternative kind of thing, but kept peppy and upbeat, right? And did that for a while, and as far as I know, almost nobody ever listened to it. There was no money made. It wasn't really fun to do. So, yeah. And there was nothing but a bunch of... If I wanted to be ugly, I'd say there was nothing but a bunch of weird freaks in there. Being nicer about it with a little wisdom and what is the word? Thinking deeper about it and not being an asshole. How's that? Let's say there were people with a lot of interest that I didn't share. So, you know, I could be ugly and say weird freaks, or I could just understand that they were doing things that I didn't understand and I didn't want to do. And that's fair. I mean, that's more fair. If they were enjoying themselves, who am I to rain on their parade? Which makes more sense to me. Beep, beep. You know what I just did, right? Other than I think I just blew out the mic. You know what I did? I forgot the damn trailer again. Some bitch. Told you Kasey's a little forgetful. Which I built that in for fun, but I also built that in for when I do stupid shit like this.
Oh, shit!
Yeah, the roads are wet. My bad. Let's see if we can get it before we hit that timer and have to cancel the load. There are a lot of things I need to figure out here. Like I said, Kasey, I really want him to change clothes, because who wears the same outfit over and over and over and over? You know. But I have not found or figured out any way to change outfits other than at the clothing store. I've got a thing in my inventory wheel where I can, like, take stuff off, but I haven't been able to put them back on, and so that may be a me problem. And in this particular server, there's, I think from what I understand out of character, I think your two options on changing clothes are either at the clothing store or at your house. I don't think you can just do it on the street. Could be wrong. But I don't have a house yet. Kasey lives out of his van. And there's a lot of other things that I don't understand too, but I don't, and I probably could. I could probably get online and I could probably find the answer, but that's no fun. I want to find out in RP. That's why I'm here. What do they call that? No metagaming. I mean, you know, and yeah, I think that counts as metagaming, right? It does, but oop. I was actually reading up. I mean, I'm kind of obsessed right now. I was actually reading up yesterday on, and metagaming, I mean, I really, that one's pretty easy to define in one sentence. It's using information that you have that your character doesn't in game, but it can come from 8 million different places, right? What I kind of got deeper into yesterday was power gaming. And power gaming sucks. There are a lot of different things you can do there. You know, if you're exploiting mechanics or whatever else inside the server to impose your will on others, basically that's power gaming. But it goes deeper than that too, right? If you've ever done GTA RP and join a new server, particularly a public one, usually what ends up happening is you join as a new player and very quickly you get taken hostage or killed or whatever, and they steal all your stuff. That's one example of power gaming, right? Because you got somebody that vastly outranks you in skill, experience, strength, everything. Hi, welcome to the server. I'm stealing all your shit. And it's happened to me. Not in Popcorn. I've never had that happen here, which is cool. I actually had quite the opposite experience, which I've talked about before, but one of my first real scenes, Kasey got pulled over driving a stolen car. And the cops were actually fairly understanding about it while staying within RP, and yeah, I got arrested, but I got let go and dropped off at the dealership so I could buy a car. So that was kind of cool. If you're interested in Popcorn RP, they've got a Discord you can go join, and you can kind of read over and see the rules and everything. It's not a true whitelisted server, so it's not hard to join, but you do have to verify with them. You can read up on all of that. You do that through Discord. And certain jobs, roles and whatnot are whitelisted and you have to apply for, like police, EMS. I'm sure there's others. And one of my things, this is what, my third server to be in, I think. The other two are truly public. And one of them's kind of fun just for screwing around, because it uses, what is that called, V menu or whatever. If you want a gun, you just spawn it. If you want a weapon, you just, well, I just said that. If you want a vehicle, you just spawn it. Which is not really great for, like, long-term RP, but you can have some fun little scenes with it, right? Because you just go into your menu, change your clothes, make you look like you want to look, get a vehicle that matches, whatever. And I've kind of hung on to that one. Like if we go practice my new character, that will be the one I go into, because there's not really any... I was about to say there's not really any permanence in that server. That's not fair. There is with a core dedicated group. But there's no economy, there's no long-term consequences. So a lot of people just hop in, screw around, and leave. That's the one that I got immediately killed in that one time. First time in it. And there was no roleplay reason for it. I was getting gas, this guy just pulled up and took me. I played along, acted a little scared. But, you know, I figured he was going to take my stuff and leave me alone. Nope. Just killed me. But I think that one's probably a good place to evolve my character before I bring him into popcorn. Because he's not quite there yet. He's going to use a different voice. Yeah. And the problem is right now he kind of sounds like he's a bad Joker impersonation. And there's certainly a little bit of that in him, but he needs more. That's what I'm starting with. And I got some other things I'm hoping are going to happen, and if they do, we'll set that character to the side for a little bit anyway. I think he would be a lot of fun. I think I'm going to call him Ollie. And if I make him, I'm still very much trying to decide what to do with him. But my initial idea for Ollie is... Where's my little dog? I don't know. It's based on my little dog, which is a Chihuahua. No, I've never... Look out, I've never been a little dog person. I've always been a big dog person. That's what I had growing up, was golden retrievers, labs. We had a Irish setter. Big dogs. And then I ended up, quite by accident, but it was great. I ended up with a Staffordshire Bull Terrier. I should tell more about her sometime. That dog was fantastic. Hell, she got me through my divorce. But anyway, and to me, that was a small dog. She passed away several years ago. Had a good life. I owned her. I held her in my hands when she was 4 years old, and she went through a ton of my life with me, and then passed away peacefully in my arms. And it hurt, and it made me cry, but I am so glad that's how she went, and I got to hold her one last time. Anyway, when my partner and I got together, well, she came with the dog, and she's a little Chihuahua, an ankle biter, hardcore an ankle biter. And she also doesn't like people. For the most part, she's not nippy or whatever. She just barks at you. But if you get close, she does growl, and I can't let, I have to be a very I went the wrong way. That's fine. I have to be a very responsible owner with her, because she will, if she feels threatened, she will lash out, if that makes sense. And I'm working on socializing her better. It's just hard because she's older now and pretty set in her ways. But I take her for car rides and stuff, and we'll take her for walks, whatever. Anyway, I'm getting off track. The point, she's the starting point for this character I'm thinking I'm going to name Ollie. What happens when you give somebody the personality of an unsocialized Chihuahua? Initially, he's an ankle biter, right? Meaning he's annoying, but he doesn't really cause a lot of harm. I'm thinking he's going to be a low-level thief, stealing cars, robbing stores, stuff like that. He doesn't like people, which that's where I'm kind of in my head about, because I really want him to interact with people to show he doesn't like people, but I need to do it in a fun and funny way, not a hurtful way, if that makes sense. It's roleplay, right? In roleplay, it can be hurtful to an extent, but he's not mean. He's aggressive because he's scared. He's scared of people. How's that? I like that. I just came up with that. I like that. That's where we go with it. He's aggressive because he's scared of you. And I think he would be a lot of fun to play, but he's not a main. He's not a get out there and grind and build an empire. First, not that Kasey will build an empire. He's not going to do that either. But Kasey has goals. Ollie really would not have any goals other than surviving day to day. And, we could leave him open to grow. But, whatever I end up tweaking in his voice, I don't want to be online talking like this all the time. That would get old. You know what I mean? Maybe. There's a personal reason I'm developing them too. You know, with Kasey, I talk more in the lower range of my voice. And I would like to your vocal cords are muscles. They are. And if you've ever done any singing, you know this. It is great to do warm-up exercises, just like you warm up before you go for a run. You warm up your vocal cords. It's good for them. It helps you stretch them out and relax them so you don't strain them. So they're muscles. So like I have, and actually I didn't, maybe I should start doing some of those before I stream. I don't know. I used to do a lot of them when I sang. Did I already miss my turn? No, I'm missing it right now. But yeah, I think I would really enjoy playing Ollie or that type character. I just don't want to do it all the time. I need to focus more on Kasey right now. I'm getting so excited about Ollie, I'm not paying attention to what Casey's actually doing. Do I need to... And I've actually managed to get myself lost. Yeah. I guess I didn't. I'm just second guessing myself. I thought I needed to turn here. I think Ollie could be a lot of fun. And I want to figure out how I can start to make Kasey a little more fun, and I've got some ideas for that. I want to explore the city first, and this is where the new directions comes from, right? Because Kasey could go criminal. He could, and he might. He's got that urge in him from time to time, but he also has not been introduced to this option yet. But there is the possibility he could be invited to apply to become a police officer. And that might be a way to go too. So I have a criminal character and a cop character. I think that could be both useful, fun and entertaining, but it's also useful for the server, right? Because you need both cops and criminals online to really have that cops and robbers fun going on. I just want to experience everything first. So, you know, we've done the trucking, we've done the lumberyard. There's a whole lot more. Like, I haven't even gotten into crafting yet. I've been collecting some supplies. And then, you know, there's the drug sales, which that's where I've got to play with Ollie a little bit if he's going to become my main criminal character. Because my initial idea is he's not very smart. And the more and more I think about it, maybe that, I don't know. Maybe he's not book smart, but he's street smart, if that makes sense. Maybe he comes across as an idiot. Hell, it could even be a defense mechanism in him now that I think about it. If he's scared of people. Is that a real person or that's an NPC, right?
Oh, hey, honey.
Well, hey, honey. Yeah.
I'm still working, though.
Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I know.
What time is it?
Late, but it's work.
It's time to get a little drink is what time it is. And I really want to figure something out here. Give me just a second. I don't know what's up with that. That's weird. So let's disconnect it. All right, so what I'm doing, and nobody's watching, nobody cares, but if you're watching this later, I'm streaming on YouTube right now. I'm supposed to be on YouTube and Twitch. My end, my OBS says I'm on Twitch, but Twitch says I'm offline. So I am going to try to restart the Twitch stream and get that off of that screen. Okay, I'm going to put on my be right back screen just in case that happens again. I didn't see any information you guys shouldn't see on there, but let's do that just to be on the safe side. That's really weird because all of those are supposed to pop up on my other screen anyway. Is that why? Is it because I didn't authorize it? Okay. So now I can close that out. Cool, cool. Beautiful. And Twitch is trying. Start streaming. Now we're connected. And let's make sure we didn't screw anything up. Yep. That's not what we need. No. We are not. It says I'm connected and I'm streaming, and we are not. So I have totally fucked something up. Well, we're just not going to worry about it right now. It's a YouTube exclusive. Because I think that's going to take digging deeper into the settings than I want to go. Yeah. Okay, the grapes aren't terrible money. We might just do them real quick. Oh, well, we can go all the way back to the top. Let's see. Can't go that far yet. Ooh, that's good money. I don't know that I can go that far. Let's find out. I can. All right. So what I've done is I've tried to up the quality on YouTube a good bit. So YouTube is now getting 1440. Will you get in? And I think both I and you guys as viewers are going to be happier with that. Because it affects the encoding. And I can do it, right? I mean, I've got the hardware now to do that, which is really cool. But Twitch doesn't like the settings that I'm sending to YouTube. So I'm sending out, or what I'm trying to do is send out two different streams. One for YouTube and one for Twitch. I've got the hardware capability to do it according to everything that I've read. Although we still might offload, one of them, Twitch maybe, to the other computer. I just don't have them set up there for that yet. I don't have a capture card. And the backup computer is not on the home LAN yet. That might be the way to do that, is put it on the LAN and let my network handle that. We'll have to see. I mean, it's not like capture cards are super expensive. I could get one of those and do it. And we might. Boop, 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 boop. I did. Did you see that? I didn't look for the train again, and the train was coming. We got lucky. Holy crap, we got lucky. Oh, we got lucky there. There's 2 lanes, brother. Pick one. You picked the wrong one. So yeah, what else? I did something yesterday and I applied for something And part of it was sending a audio sample. And I'm disappointed in myself because I had some technical issues, and I did what I thought was a really good take, and it didn't record. And I was frustrated with that. And I tried like 10 times before I finally figured it out. And once I finally got it recording, I was tired, I was frustrated, and I thought, well, that'll be good enough. And I went ahead and I sent it. I'd listened to it in my headphones, and it sounded okay in my headphones. So I'm like, well, this will be okay. And I went ahead and I turned it in. And when I listened to it on the good speakers here in my office, it's not good. It's muddy, it's boomy on the bottom end, it's over-processed, all the shit I hate. So I reworked my audio this morning, and you know, I'd love it if there was somebody here to say, hey, yeah, you sound great. I think I sound okay. I tried to make it more natural sounding and less processed. But you also, you know, I want to make sure that you guys are able to hear me and to be able to hear what's going on in the game equally well, right? Otherwise it sucks. So we see. Beep, beep. There's a car in yeah. Do it that way. Coming through. So I'm a little disappointed in myself on that one, that I let myself get a little frustrated and didn't. I should have just taken a break, reset my brain. But I was on a self-imposed deadline and blah, 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 blah. It's okay. It is what it is. Okay, so where are we at? We have a whopping, what do we have on YouTube now? A whopping 2 subscribers, which is actually kind of exciting because I only know who one of them is. So somebody watched some of this and said, oh, I like that. So, you know, if you happen to see this, thank you very much for subscribing. It's the YouTube thing, right? Likes and follows, not follows, likes and subscribers really help the creators out. And not only does it help out with the algorithm or whatever, but, you know, when somebody comments or likes what I'm doing, that is a really nice little boost to my day. And it encourages me to do more and keep going and get better. So, you know, if you happen to watch this and wanted to hit that like button or leave a comment or even subscribe, just know, man, that would mean the world to me, and I appreciate that. Of course, part of that too is I got to do stuff you guys will find fun, and trucking is fun for a little while, but you know, yeah. And I know this because I watch a lot of streamers, right? And I've been cryptic, and I'm going to stay cryptic for a little bit. There's a specific server I watch a lot of, and you can figure that out if you watch some of these. But it's not just that. I hop around and watch a lot of different people. And multiple servers. And I know the videos that get the big views are the content stuff, right? Where somebody spawns in a crazy car or a super weapon or whatever and just goes nuts. And I get it. That's fun. But I really enjoy this. I enjoy the actual role play. And when I say this, I don't mean just driving the truck. And it's just, I can't do any actual character interaction. I can. I mean, Kaz is on. And we did just a wee bit there. That's how we found out about the farm, right? That's the kind of stuff that I really enjoy, is interacting with the other characters. And that's where I'm hoping our characters can start to get a little crazy and have a little fun. Which is, you know, Kasey will ultimately, we're early. You got to give it time. He's got to develop. Kasey ultimately will decide to become, he's not going to stay a civilian forever. He's going to stay a civilian long enough so that we can experience the civilian stuff to do in here. And knock it off. He may end up becoming a criminal. If he does, he'll have to join a gang, right? He doesn't have to, but he will. But like I said, there is the possibility he may decide to go straight permanently. And he can do that here in Popcorn because he does not have any real crimes. I mean, he's got arrested for once stealing that car, right? That's it. So he has the possibility of becoming a police officer. If we, like I said, he's got to find that out, and then he'd have to apply. And I don't want to do that yet, but I want to leave that option open. So that's also why we're not doing any crime yet. And that's where some of that more fun, exciting stuff can start to happen, is playing, like I did when we were kids, cops and robbers. It's interesting being an old man dad and seeing my youngest one start to play some of that stuff that they play it a little bit different. It changes with the times. Excuse me. Couldn't get to my cough button in time. I am so sorry. It's kind of interesting and fun seeing him and his buddies play their version of what we played as cops and robbers, or, all those other little games that kids get together and play. It's also really fun watching the difference in my children as they grow up, because my oldest, he's not a boy now. He's a young man. He's out of school. He is working on his career. And my youngest is starting kindergarten. But, with the oldest, and I think this is probably true of most parents, growing up, I worried over a lot of stuff with him. I worried over every little thing. And now with the third one, you'll climb the tree. If you fall, you'll be okay. To a point. I mean, I am very protective of him. But, if he wants to climb a tree, I'm going to stand there with him, but I'm going to let him climb it. No, you shouldn't do that. Hell no, that branch looks good. Get on up there. That looks fun. You know what I mean? That's what I mean. And the middle one, it's a different world now. When I was growing up, and I say this in a joking way, but it really wasn't a joke. My mother would throw us out of the house on a Saturday morning. She'd feed us breakfast, and she'd throw us out of the house, no lie, and tell us not to come home until lunchtime unless we were bleeding. Okay, we'd come home at lunch. She'd feed us, same thing. Don't come home till dinner time unless you're bleeding. Okay. In the summer times, when school wasn't in, it was like that. We'd eat dinner, and then we were allowed to go out and play again until the sun went down, which in my neck of the woods can be pretty late. I mean, that can be 8:30, 9 o'clock at night even sometimes. And, we didn't have cell phones. We had dimes and then quarters to use a payphone to call home, because we were allowed, I won't say I was allowed the run of my entire city, because that's not true. But, mom and dad established a boundary that included multiple neighborhoods. And we were allowed to walk, ride our bike, whatever, go find our friends, go play in the woods, whatever. And that's just the way it was with me and all my friends. And if lunchtime came and you were too far from home and your friend said, hey, mom, my mom will feed us, go. And typically, friend's mom would say, do you need to call your mom and let her know where you are? Yeah, I do. And then you just keep playing. And, I would love to give that kind of freedom to my kids. And I do my best to do that. They're allowed within my neighborhood. Not the youngest. The youngest is too little for it yet. But the middle child, you know, he's got a couple of, he knows his boundaries. He's allowed to go explore on his bicycle and hang out with his friends and all. But it's totally different than it was back then. So in that sense, I am more protective. And in hindsight, too, it's like my parents did a really good job. I mean, they did. Especially in giving me enough freedom to be able to become myself, but not letting me get in too much trouble, if that makes sense. And that's something I try to do with my children. And I'm really proud of all of them. You know, I mean, everybody makes mistakes, right? And they all have made their own mistakes. Uh-oh, what the hell was that? I wonder if he just blew up and needs help. Let's go find out. Let's see if we can get him. Was it that dump truck that blew up? I thought I saw a trailer fly. Hey, anybody around? Everybody okay? We'll, shout there. I think that was just a local. I just want to make sure it wasn't a player that's sitting here bleeding out somewhere. Alright, I guess that was just a local. How did a local blow up? What am I missing here? Ooh, a brick. Aluminum. Woohoo. Okay. I mean, it was definitely that truck that blew up. Maybe he had a collision with, I also thought I saw... Why is my truck locked? No, I don't. Why is my truck locked? That is a good question. Okay. I don't know. Maybe, I have no idea what that was, but I don't see anybody around, so I don't guess there's anybody we have to worry about saving, so that's cool. Now we need to go find our trucking depot, which... No, we needed to go back that way. That's okay. What was I babbling about? Something about children. I don't remember. Oh, yeah. Well, the thing that I hope for my kids, that's it, is, you know, there are mistakes, and not so much when I was a kid, but as a young adult coming out in my own life, there are a lot of mistakes that I made. And this gets hard because I don't want to see my kids make the same mistakes, right? And I can tell them that, but ultimately they're going to make their own choices, and that's okay. The best you can do as a parent is equip your children to try to make good choices when you're not around, right? That's the goal. You have this little baby that's born that doesn't know anything, and you do your best to teach it and raise it right. And then one day they're taller than you and stronger than you, and you send them out on their own and just pray that they're going to make good choices. And when they don't, equip them to handle that and make better choices next time. That's all you can do. And you could ask, you know, some of those mistakes I've made, I'm happy to talk about and share. Some of them, not so much. But I've learned and grown from every one of them. What's my latest mistake? I don't know. I don't think I've made any big mistakes lately. Little ones, sure. You know, make little mistakes all the time. But... I guess that's not true. I guess I have made some lighthearted, stupid mistakes. Like what? Well, let's pick a truck and we'll talk about it. Those potatoes actually aren't bad money. It's a very short load, but... I can't do that distance yet. I wish I could. I don't think... I'm almost positive I can't. Yeah. Might be able to... No, that's a time sensitive. Can't do it. Stone, no. Alright, I guess we're going to do the short potatoes. Woohoo! Or the beans. What do you think? Should we do beans or potatoes? Yeah, potatoes taste better, I agree. Yeah, so a couple of most recent bad decisions, I guess. And I'm being lighthearted there because neither one of them were bad in my mind. One of them was buying my new computer. It's a terrible time to buy a computer. And I've talked about this before. I really thought I was going to build it this time. Get back in the Jeep. Get back in the truck. Because I do enjoy building them. During COVID, I found... You remember, GPUs went through the roof during COVID, right? And I ended up finding one in a second-hand store that I bought. And that's now my backup PC, by the way. I was able to buy the whole computer for what just the GPU was going for. Oh, my dog's barking again. Yeah, so I snapped that up. And it needed a little bit, like it only had 8 gigs of memory in it. It was supposed to have had 16, and somebody took out the other stick along the way. I don't know why. It was also missing, it had a hard drive, but it was missing its secondary from how it was originally sold. Well, okay, that wasn't a problem. Memory wasn't super expensive, so I bought it. Ended up on, on Reddit. What's that, where you buy and sell PC parts? Hardware Swap, maybe? I hear you. Where are you? There you are. We could have made that. So I ended up, for decent money, upgrading the memory in it to 32 gig. And waited for a decent sale and bought a 2 terabyte hard drive and stuck in it. And it served me well for a very long time. In fact, that's something else I need to do, is probably take that secondary drive out of that one and stick in this one until I find another good deal. But anyway, it was long in the tooth because it was used back then, right? And it was a couple of years old even during COVID, so now it's really old. And I almost bought a new PC last fall. Okay, I know where we're going. We're going in there, and we have to back in. All right. Do we have an entrance up here so I don't have to back up all the way? And I wish I had. Last fall, I had decided it was time for a new computer. And I'm like, okay, well, we'll get through Christmas and spend all of that money, and then we'll look at a computer. If you have followed PC prices at all, you know why I'm laughing and why that was a terrible idea. But it is what it is. Oh, no, it's a different spot. It's right here. We got lucky. Okay. Oop. Stop right there. Drop the load. So it was time, and I've been kind of looking for a while, but I mean, prices had just skyrocketed. And I ended up finding this one on sale. I know I did not get a great price. I would love to tell you I got an amazing price. I didn't get an amazing price. I got a okay price for what it is. Because I ended up buying a pre-built because I took the specs of it. And I went on PC Part Picker. And I didn't even put in like good quality stuff. I put in the cheapest stuff I could that matched the specs. And it was like somewhere between $500 and $600 more than buying the pre-built. Well, screw that. You know, plus then there's stuff that I'm going to want to upgrade. Plus you still have to buy Windows. Well, I guess you don't, but I would still have to buy Windows. And I was just like, screw it. And so I bought this pre-built on sale. And like I said, it wasn't a terrible deal. I didn't have the option for a micro center, which apparently pretty much is the best way to go. If you're in the US, micro center is pretty much the best way to go. But you can't order them online, right? You have to get them in store. So, yeah. So that wasn't an option for me. My options were Best Buy, ordering online. There's a Costco about an hour away from me, but I don't have a Costco. I would sign up for a Costco membership if the deal was good enough to pay the annual membership, but then I'd never use it again, right? So anyway, I ended up going with this deal we found, and that worked. And it's actually kind of funny because there was a different computer I was looking at. I don't really care about brands. I care about components and quality, which is why there's certain things that I would upgrade. So there was actually a different one I was looking at. And I was talking to the sales guy, which I never trust sales guys till I get to know you. But we got to talking, and turns out he's into vintage audio. And I'm like, holy shit, dude. We had this whole conversation about what he calls vintage is stuff that I paid hard, good money for, 30 years ago. I guess it is vintage now. But he's really into that old, kind of mid-90s era tech for his audio stack. So that was interesting. Anyway, we got to talking a little bit, and he says, well, I know you're looking at this brand of computer. However, if you spent the same money, you can get this one, which has a better processor, a better graphics card. Now, you are losing the 2 terabyte hard drive and dropping down to 1, but I think you'd be happier. And we went and we looked and we compared the specs, and he was absolutely right. So that was fantastic. What am I hearing? I don't know. There was some sort of weird buzz. And I don't know if that was in-game or one of my neighbors is using a weed eater or something. I don't know. So, anyway. Okay, I think, let's see how much money we've got in the bank here. I think what we're going to do is pause for a minute and go find something else to do. What do we got in the bank? All right, we've got $187,000 in the bank, which is nice. And then if we get into our phone... in our bank, and this is where we might need a little money. In our bank, we've got, hello, 41,000. Okay, that's okay. That's all right. We can go with that. Seriously, that is messing with me enough. Hitting my escape key, I might assign escape to that macro key. As stupid as that is, because I'm not going to use macros for anything in game. I want to use them to switch scenes in OBS. I'm thinking out loud now. Ignore me. I want to use them to switch scenes in OBS. And really, I only need, technically I'm using 4 scenes right now. And really, I'd never switch back to the starting scene. So I really only need to take up 3 of those keys. We're not going to use macros for gaming. I might put a keybind, if I can, on that key. Is that stupid? That's stupid. I just need to get the muscle memory down to use the escape key. That makes more sense. Okay. Yeah. All right. So should we pause? Should we do one more trucking job? We're going to do one more and then we'll go find something else to do. Let's get that money just a hair higher. Floor plates. There's a short one that pays $3,000. We'll do that. And really the trucking thing needs to be more about the experience anyway. Because the more experience we get, the more our skill points go up. The more our skill points go up, the more money we can make. Yeah, like that dude we talked to the other day that's looking at buying a gas station. And, oh, I just needed to come earn a little money because you need $2 million to buy the gas station. I mean, he's making, and then that other person that's like getting 30,000 per delivery on their trucks, and here we are fighting for $6,000 and $8,000 jobs, right? So it might be worth continuing to progress the trucking thing. I just need a break from it. I need to go do something else for a little while. I cannot believe it is already lunchtime for me. That's crazy. Of course, I did sleep late. Which is not like me. I also want to listen back to the audio stream just a little bit, because, and you've heard me fuss about this before, I've got a mix going to my headphones that does not include my audio, and I've got that new noise thingy on it. And I know one of the weird things that happens with it is when I'm really soft, it cuts off the end of my words, or if I extend a word out, which I do a lot, especially if I do it softly, that signal processing decides that, oh, that's not really you talking, that's background noise, and we need to make that go away. And no, you don't. So I downloaded a different one that I've played with, but either it's not robust enough, or more likely, I just need to understand the multiband on it a little bit better. Because I got it to where I was happy with my voice, but then it was, like when my air conditioner kicked on, you could tell. So I got that taken care of, no problem. But then it was really bad about picking up the clicky-clacky on my keyboard. And then dealt with that, because you've got a lot of granular control. That one I never got all the way out, because when I started taking it too far out, that one and the one for the fan, I started messing with my voice too much. So I went back to the Elgato one. For now. There's some paid VSTs out there that are really good. Or at least there used to be. I guess there still are. Back when I used to do audio production, I had a whole suite of stuff that... I wonder if those are still active. They should be residing on an old hard drive I have stashed somewhere. God damn it. You know what I didn't do again? I didn't get my damn trailer. It's time to quit trucking. They should be stashed on an old hard drive somewhere, but, I mean, they're also going to be years old, so they're out of date. The subscription stuff obviously isn't going to work. But I wonder about the others. Probably better to get new stuff, now that I think about it. Yeah, I hear you. You owe me $40. Tell you what do you want for your $40? I don't even know what $40 would get you in this day and age, right? Like, I mean, I never... I just, you know, I mean, at first I'm old now and don't care about, I keep saying I'm not old. I'm middle-aged. How's that? Anyway, I don't do all that party stuff, but I never did. I mean, I drank too much when I was younger, but that's one of those mistakes you learn and learn from and learn not to do so much of, right? I don't drink anymore. I mean, you know, when I say I don't drink, I'm like, I might have one drink on my birthday, and then I might have one in the summer, which is like, you know, 6 months after that. And then that's it. That'll be it for the year. And my last birthday, I didn't, you know. And it's not that I'm against it. I'm not. I mean, there's some really good, I like a good bottle of wine. I like a good whiskey. It's just, I kind of grew away from it. And then talking to my personal physician a couple of years ago, he's like, you really need to just stop drinking. I said, okay, no problem, because I pretty much already had. Because of some underlying potential issues. All right, no problem. And it wasn't, no issue at all. And as far as like harder stuff than that, I've just never had the urge, you know. I mean, I have had and still have friends that use marijuana for various things, but I've just never had any interest, and never tried it. And certainly never done anything harder than that. And I wouldn't. It's just not me. But, and Kasey, I mean, that's part of the, what the hell? That's part of the fun of the roleplay stuff, right? You stop. Stop bouncing so much. Okay. I don't think he'd be opposed to a little bit of recreational use, but more than that, if he goes the criminal route, he certainly would not be opposed to selling, because, I mean, that's a game mechanic, right? Especially selling to, I mean, you're selling to the NPCs. Obviously, if he goes cop, that would be different, right? Yeah. Sorry, just brushed up against my microphone. I am trying very hard to reposition it without... Yeah, there we go, I hope. What the hell? I think we're hauling kangaroos in here. Up the hill, let's go. Giddy up, giddy up, giddy up. Giddy up, giddy up, up. Giddy up, giddy up, giddy up, giddy up, giddy up. I also probably ought to pause and feed myself. Speaking of which, Kasey needs something to eat and drink. Oh. So learning the whole streaming thing, and again, I get it, we're going to have to come up with some more exciting content too, but I'm perfectly content right now because I'm exploring and playing and learning, and not a ton of you are seeing my mistakes, and I'm okay with that. But I was thinking about what I like when I watch roleplay, and one of the things that I do like is I like the content creator not only playing their character, but talking to the chat, too, and interacting with us, and that's something that I really would enjoy doing, and will enjoy doing. Damn that trailer. So I'm trying to set the precedent of that by talking all the time, which I'm talking to myself, right? I'm comfortable with that. I'm okay with that. I'm just more excited for, hopefully, that opportunity I'll have if we get a couple of subscribers that decide to start chatting with me, too. Because I think that's easier, because then I've got somebody to bounce off of, you know. We can talk about what's happening in game. We can talk about real life stuff to a point. I don't do politics. I don't do religion. I don't even do any of the hot button topics like that. And I won't. And here's why. I think it's important for you to be involved in your politics wherever you live. It's that whole mentality of thinking globally and acting locally, right? So I think it's important for you to be informed and educated and to vote and be a responsible citizen. You know, if you're in the U.S. is where I'm mostly talking about with that because I'm familiar with our political system. But at the end of the day, I don't care who you vote for. I just want you to make the best decision for you and to vote. And the other side of that too is we're not here for that. We're here to relax and have fun. And outside of that, you're not going to change my mind. I'm not going to change your mind in a video game channel. That's stupid. We're going to stay away from it, you know. There are other avenues for that, and I encourage everybody to find non-biased or as non-biased as possible avenues and to be informed and educated. Yeah, there we go. And that's one of my big I will rant about this given the opportunity. That's one of my big pet peeves. In fact, let me get a little louder on this one. When I went to school, here in the U.S. we would call it college. Overseas, sometimes they might call it university, whatever. My first major was journalism. And, you know, setting that aside, the fact that I quickly decided I wasn't going to be a journalist, I was going to go into broadcasting. Setting that aside, I got to take several, we would call them 100, 200, 300 level classes, right? 100 being introduction to beginner stuff, and then getting higher up in 200 and 300, and journalism and related stuff. One of the biggies that I was trained in journalism was that your goal was to be unbiased in your reporting, but to also realize that that was an impossible goal, right? Because just the way that you write words or say stuff introduces unintended bias. Get the hell out of the way. So you fight really hard to remove as much bias as possible, but realize that's impossible. And it kind of becomes a loop to keep your writing as unbiased as possible, if that makes sense. And part of it is the internet age, you know. There is such a free flow of information, which on the whole is fantastic. But it means anybody can say anything they want, and the idea of staying unbiased has pretty much gone out the window. And it drives me crazy. When I'm reading and learning about the news, I don't want your opinion. I don't care. I will go to your editorial stuff for that. If it is a news article, you just give me the facts. Give me the who, the what, the when, the where. Right? I don't need the why, and I don't need your opinion on the what or the who. Let me make up my mind on that. Anyway, I'll get off my soapbox on that. And I do want to pause for myself for a minute and go back and listen to the stream there. I need to learn how to make markers, right? Because I did get a little bit more animated there, and I wanted to make sure it sounded okay and I wasn't going overboard on the mic or the processing. And see if I can do a little more. Because there's other times I might get louder, especially in player interactions when Kasey gets angry or upset or... he needs to have a crash out. I need some crash out practice. You say, why do you want to practice that out? Because that's part of the fun of roleplay. That's why. And I'm not really a crash out person in real life. So I need some practice on crashing out to get better at it. You know, and that's where a lot of the fun stuff in RP comes in, right? Is drama. Everybody likes a good drama. Me included. Okay. Away the truck goes. We're just going to leave all that money in the bank because we've got plenty in our pocket. And let's go find some other stuff to do. However, I am going to take a little break before we do that. So, let's grab... we're going to have to fix the car eventually. Hey, what do we have on us? Wrong key. No, not the phone. Okay, so we can... That actually needs to go in the van. Yeah, you can't hold that. Okay. That's fine. We'll put it in the trunk for now. That needs to go in the van too. You know what? We'll drive the car where we're going and then we'll pull the van out. Let's go. And see, like that, I've been hoarding supplies. We do not need to go to the trucking depot anymore. That's where we're leaving from. We are going, and I don't think I even need the map for it, but we're going to use it anyway. We're going there. Okay. I think what we're going to do is we're going to go work out, because we should be able to do that today and build up some of our stats a little bit. And then I want to go check on the that farming situation, see what that looks like up there. So maybe we'll switch roles and go kind of play with that just a little bit. I want to hit a few there's a lot I want to do today. I'm planning on it being a long stream, to the point that we might even split it up. I might end this stream and take an hour or two break and then come back. We'll see. Or maybe I'll do some of that other stuff off stream. Because I want to play with Ollie, and I just don't know that I want to stream him yet, in case I don't like what he's doing. Plus, I don't want to have to worry about the stream. I'll have to think about that some. Damn it.
Pardon me, coming through. Beep, 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 beep.
And I gotta decide what you guys want to see. Like when I take a little break. I mean, I've got just my AI generated be right back screen. And I really, I want something a little bit more fun than that anyway. I haven't fully decided on what my branding is going to look like. I'm not even worried about that yet, to be honest with you. I just needed something to cover my screen when I've got information that I don't need to send out to the world. So that was something quick and easy to send out. But, when I take a little break, I can let y'all stare at what Kasey's seeing, which is not always, but usually going to be a corner. Or I can come up with some sort of a be right back screen that maybe is not so boring. I don't know. I'll have to get some opinions on that. That might be something fun to do somewhere. I'm creating a Discord. It's you can see the link for it. It's not ready for prime time, mostly because I don't really use Discord. And I'm very much learning. I mean, I say that. I've had an account on Discord forever, right? But as a user, not as a server owner. I've never done anything with server stuff, so I'm very much learning. And, I put a bot in. It's not working or doing what I want it to do. And I think that's mostly because probably I'm overcomplicating things. And I probably need to use a different bot that's more for beginners and not the one with all the huge customization. I'm going to have to get back in the car. We left our gym membership in there. Mm-hmm. No, not the phone. Your inventory. I have either got to retrain my muscles on that or swap those two. Because I am just so stuck on... I thought I had repair kits in here. Did I just... I know what I did. Okay. And then this stuff, here in a minute, we'll pull the van out, and I'll try to remember to do that. Ooh, money. How much money is that? Oh, $2. Okay. I found that in the dumpster the other day. Yeah, man. All right, we got to get back in here and get our gym membership. No, we don't. I have it on me. I should remember to not have it on me. I think I figured that one out, by the way. I was wondering why the durability on a card kept going down. And I think what the deal is you have to pay $5,000 a week to use the gym. It's like a membership, right? And it expires. So when the card is gone, you have to pay the $5,000 again. That makes sense to me. That's kind of cool. What do we want? Do we want almond, coconut, or strawberry today? We're going to do that one. Delicious. Casey's going to hang out right here. In fact, what can we do fun with Kasey while I'm away for a minute? How about we let him do some... I don't know if we have any stretches. We do. We're going to do that one. Yeah. All right, I'll be right back. Give me a couple minutes. Make no mistake about it. Sometimes I am not a smart man. I know you have an alert, but I don't see it. What are you trying to show me? I don't know. Hang on, I'm going to do something real quick while we're here. So I put on my B-Rack back screen a little while ago, a long while ago, and I forgot to turn it off because I'm an idiot sometimes. What are we looking for? We're looking for that, and we're going to turn that up just a little bit and see how we feel about that. Getting a little smoke. Okay. All right. So not that any of you care, but what I just did was hopefully made a minor difference in the audio. So my voice isn't quite so harsh, I hope. But it is what it is. While we drink a little drink and have a little smoke or work out, if we can. Apparently they've done some updates to the server, which is kind of nice. Which kind of has prioritized Kasey finding an apartment or something. I'm not sure. We'll have to see. Apparently they have added a well-rested buff. Like if you can find a bed and get in it, you get a small little buff before you come work out or whatever. So we might need to figure that out. There's some other things they did too. Have a little smoke. Another mental note to self, mute ringtones. I don't get a lot of phone calls during the day, so I haven't really been worried about it, but that was a spam call coming through. Which is really about all I get. And usually the software is good at catching it's a spam call and not putting it through. Okay, there we go. Do it again. No. And I'm still learning about their strength system here. I mean, I know it's very small and it's incremental. Can we get one more? Kind of. It's very small and incremental here, but it's designed to be, right? Because you don't want to come into the city your very first day and max out your stats. I mean, that's lame. So we have to be pretty good about coming and working out. What do we want to do next? Bench press or curls? We'll probably do curls. Here comes the Chihuahua I was talking about earlier. What you want, dog? Come here. Come here. You can have a head scratch. Come here. You can have a head scratch for a minute, but you can't stay there. Not that anybody cares, but I mean, she really is sweet. And that's the side of Ollie that I don't know that I want to put in, but we might with people that he really trusts, you know? Because that's kind of how she is. All right, now we feel exhausted. Time to go do something else. I've also You know, everybody thinks you got to have a webcam these days, or that animated, I forget what they're called. That animated thing that's in the corner of some people's screens that talks for them or whatever. That's not me. I just don't, I don't know. I mean, maybe there's other options. I'm not going to be like a Japanese anime character. That's not me. And as much as the potato branding is all over the channel, I don't really like that either. So I'm not going to put like a talking potato in the corner of the screen or whatever. Although, I mean, that could be funny, but that's not really it either. Yeah, that's me. Okay, let's get into the trunk just a minute. And not the trunk, that's the glove box. We're going to put that in the glove box. I suspect you do something with these. I don't know what. That's why I've been hanging on to them. I doubt they're there just for you to take, but maybe they are. The bandages can stay. Is there anything else that needs to go in there? Not so much. Okay. No, we don't want to store the vehicle yet. The one thing I'm slightly disappointed about in this new keyboard is, and it's probably just because I don't know any better. It has silent switches, but they're not that silent. So I don't know. What did I get in the trunk here? Is there anything that needs to go in this trunk? No, not so much. And I probably need to adjust those settings just a little bit so that when I do click click, you don't hear it. Because that's annoying. Pull out the van for just a minute. Oops. Do we have anything in the glove box in the van? I don't remember putting anything there, but we should look. Hello? See, these guys I've got to figure something out with. Can you do anything with frying pans, or are they just junk? Because they're taking up 5 inventory slots. Do I really need them? So, I don't know. I mean, we talked to one person in city that said he didn't know anything you could do with them. So, maybe they're just like a melee weapon, like a baseball bat or something, in which case we don't need them. We can get rid of them. Oh yeah, I've got the rat head. That's right. We're going to hang on to that. Yeah, man. All right, put that one away and pull the other one back out, and we'll go from there. I think we might need to grab a little more food. We'll take a look. When we pass some mechanics, I would really rather get a mechanic in city, but I don't think there are any right now. Oh, I forgot to look in the... No, I didn't. No, okay. Yeah, we need food. Okay. Nope, nobody's open. Kind of figured. Nothing new on Birdie. That's fine too. Okay, no worries. Let's go to Sharky's. We'll get us a little food. There's a small detail right here I'm doing that I really appreciate in this server. Maybe more have it, and I just, you know, the couple of servers I've been in, I didn't notice. But burnout prevention, if you see that popping up on the right side of the screen there, you hit the Alt key and it keeps you from doing a burnout. Somewhat. All right, what should we get? Why not? We'll get a couple of seafood boils. We'll do that for now. I want to go find some water. So talking about that burnout prevention, like I said, so you hold down the shift and I back up and it gives you the option to just do a slow turn, which is kind of nice. But there you go. All right, so here it is with no burnout prevention, right? And then when I put that on, just like that. So that's kind of cool. Adds to the realism a little bit because you don't drive around doing burnouts all the time everywhere, right? That's interesting. I'll have to play with that a little bit. That's a on me end, which I don't know why you would. Why would you ever hold down A and D at the same time? But I did it by accident there and just noticed that. I know why. Because I can control... Oh, I'm learning. Because I can control my curve, I think. Maybe I can't. Maybe it makes it worse. So if we want to turn, but not turn quite as... No, never mind. Never mind. Maybe. Because, yeah, it kind of... I guess it kind of lets you turn less if I play with it a little bit. Interesting. Okay. All right, so what did we decide? We could go check out the farming job. We could do a little dumpster diving. We can... see what else is going on. I really want to go check out the farm. So, I can probably change it here in city, but I think there is also a city hall right there. Let's go there. No. Damn it. Oops. Now we're really gonna have to get our car fixed. Yeah. The other kind of interesting thing, at least to me, about some of the streaming stuff, I naturally, it's just part of who I am. I like to try to be a teacher to some point. So I like to sometimes over-explain things, right? Or explain the keys that you can't see. So maybe if you think you want to try it, you understand what I'm doing or whatever. And especially right now, it's kind of hard because I don't know what I'm doing. But that's part of the fun of it. Trying new things and figuring out what works. That's something else. I want to play with the bicycles a little bit at some point. And then the skateboards again too, maybe. Because it's really bugging me that I can't figure out. You've got to be able to do more than just get on a skateboard and roll forward. There has to be more to it. And I was talking to that guy 2 days ago, and he said he thought it was the same as the bicycles. Well, that's great, but I don't know how to use the bicycles either, so maybe we ought to go play with a bicycle and figure that out. We got a half a tank of gas. We'll have to keep an eye on that. Because with almost nobody in city, it sure would suck to run out of gas and have to walk all the way to the gas station to get a jerry can. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So here's what I think I'm actually going to do. I think what we'll do is we're going to explore just a little bit longer, maybe another, I don't know, another 30 minutes to an hour. And then I think we will end the stream and let me take care of a couple of personal things. And then I think we'll come back, because that'll give me an opportunity to readjust a couple of settings that I want to mess with too, but they're going to take me longer than a minute or two, so I don't want to do them while I'm streaming. Oh. Yep, we're good. So we'll check out the farm. We'll see what we see up here. Okay. Where do you think we go? What? What did I do? Staff parking only, so I'm guessing the entrance is going to be somewhere else. Let's go around the block. I really have not explored up here at all. And I should. Well, okay. All right. So there is the sheriff's office and NPC medics, I guess is what that is. Mm-hmm. So if that's the entrance for the sheriff's office, the city hall entrance must have been this one over here somewhere. Does that gate open, or am I supposed to park out here? Because that says staff parking only. Who is screaming at me? There's nobody around. Friend of the devil is a friend of mine. Maybe I should have changed jobs in city. Nope, there we go. All right. You don't do anything. You're just standing there. I can sell you drugs, right? Yeah. Well...
Watch out, moron!
That is still the sheriff's office. So who do we go see to change jobs up here? There's a flagpole, so you have to be able to. Oops. I figure using bandages I found out of the dumpster is a little cheaper than going to the hospital. Good enough for now. I might ought to put those in one of my fast-acting pockets. Are you who I talked to? It is. There we go. That's who we talked to switch jobs. We could also request IDs, right? Okay. So we could get another copy of our CDL that we lost when we died. Maybe we should. I don't know. I did not mean to do that. Damn it. That means I have 2 ID cards now. Where the hell did the other one go? I don't know. I think I put it in the glove box of the car, but I have 2 now. That's okay. Switch jobs. We're going to do that. Civilian jobs. Ooh, miner. Okay, so that's new and different, or at least I haven't done it. We have miner, trucker I've done. Farmer, he said, got a buff. Garbage collector, group job, electrician, 2 players. Go postal delivery. We might do that at some point too. Lumberjack, we've done a little bit of. Gardener, power wash, builder. I heard builder makes good money too. Let's go become a farmer for a little bit. Mm-hmm. Stop it. And that's not a matter of me not knowing which key I'm using. That is a matter of I am still figuring out my new keyboard. Are you guys just standing around, or is there some reason you're here? Steal your ambulance. The ambulance. That'd be kind of fun. Huh. All right. Farmer Kasey. Well, we're dressed for farming work, too. Oh, yeah, he was going to change clothes. Is there a clothes store up here? I bet there is. Get in the car. I am bad about over-clicking that and doing that. Okay, so we can get our haircut there. We can get a tattoo there. We can buy food there. There's got to be a clothing store somewhere. Am I just missing it? Huh. Is it up here in Grapeseed, maybe? No, maybe. Or is the icon getting eaten by another one? Let's see. Okay, so there is one up there. There's the... For Ed. There's got to be one down here. I'd be willing to bet money. No, I wouldn't. I don't know enough to make that bet yet. It's over there. And there. Okay. Okay. Alright, well, let's go to that one. And if we pass... That's one of the things I have not been paying attention to is gas prices, and I really probably ought to start figuring out where the good places to get gas are.
Right now? Oh, shit. I gotta get home and get my camera. Ahora. How many policías pulled up? ¿Qué desmadre? Hey, can you film with your cell?
I don't have any cash. Hit the wrong button. Do that again.
Also, you're stuck in the 90s.
We're paying with the bank. Mm-hmm.
Can't get there
Confirm.
in time. Traffic is too bad.
Confirm.
Try to borrow a phone and shoot it, okay? Luego.
Mm-hmm. So while we were getting our gas, I'm looking and I have dropped some frames and I don't know how big of a deal that is. Because it's not a lot, it's 0.1%. I need to remember that. And look it up.
Wow, that's crazy.
Because And I know why that's happening. I have really amped up what I'm sending to YouTube to try to make it look better. And maybe it'd be okay to dial it down just a little bit. What is there to do around here? Anything? What do you want? Are you just hanging out? I can sell you drugs. That's all you do, I guess. Okay. Okay, guess that's it around here. Mm-hmm. Steal a dirt bike. My new favorite hobby, seeing what's in the dumpster. What we got? I can too, don't give me that. We have nothing in the dumpster. That's okay. Anything in these piles of garbage? No, no. What's back here? Nothing. What are you doing, dude? Okay, there's something. Oh, that's a store. Okay. Well, I wanted some water. Oh, see, 2 more bandages. Woohoo! Which amuses the hell out of me. You find I mean, if you found a Band-Aid in a dumpster, even with a wrapper on, would you really use it? I mean, I wouldn't. That's icky. But Kasey don't care. How Kasey eats sandwiches out of the dumpster. Yeah. So, here, use this. And then let's move our sprunks up there. And then, let's go ahead and buy... See, there's 2 different kinds of water, too. And I've got to figure out if that's just cosmetic or if there's actually a difference. I'm unable... That's not true. I am able to stack these items just like that. Which is kind of a weird way to do it. I wonder if you can buy multiples at once. I have no idea. One more. All right, so now what we're going to do, because that is a omen that I am going to die if I stock up on a lot of food or whatever. So we are going to take a good amount of that and put in the car. How do I just pull 1 out of that stack? I don't know the answer to that. I can split it. That's one way to do it. There's probably a better way. Alright, I guess we're done here. Wolves of London. Werewolves of London. Dum bum bum bum. Funny how you get earwigs stuck in your ears, right? If you don't know what an earwig is, you hear a song, you get hooked into it, and then you just keep it in your head all day. That's an earwig, right? Mine yesterday was Let It Go from Frozen. Yeah, no, that's true. My youngest requested the song, and we played it on the way to school. And then we played it again, and then we played it again because he kept asking for it, and I was like, okay, whatever. And then when he got home yesterday afternoon, he wanted to hear it again. So I had it stuck in my head, which is okay. I mean, it's not a terrible song. There are way worse things that he likes to listen to. And then randomly this morning, and I don't even know why, because I don't remember hearing it recently, but as I woke up this morning, I had Katy Perry's California Girls stuck in my head. And I mean, it's a good song. I like the song, don't get me wrong, but it's not like, if you asked me to make a list of my favorites, I wouldn't think of it. So it's just really weird that that was in my head. Actually, now it makes me want to hear it. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to take our seatbelt off so we can get out. Okay, now you should have turned the engine off. You still didn't turn the engine off. Get out. Get back in. Get in. There we go. Don't want to be sitting here idling. We could take our $2 and put it in the ATM somewhere. See, Kasey wants a shirt like that. All right, Kasey. Let's see. Well, it hurts so bad. And I'm gonna go away. You know what? I thought I already made... Load this one. That's fun. Okay, there we go. I knew I'd made one because I haven't actually worn this one yet, so we'll do that. And then while we're doing that... You don't hurt me, no good no more. Yes, I'm sure, leave. I don't want to save anything, I just want to exit. There we go. Where was that, See, this is my first time ever in Grapeseed, too, so... Maybe we should explore up here a little bit. What could you do up here? Lover, lover, you don't treat me no good no more. Well, we could fix our health. That's good to know. You don't treat me no good no more. I never said I could sing good, by the way, but I sing for me. It's making a joyful noise, and if it makes me happy, well, there it is. Good places to sing to yourself. The shower, obviously, right? Most vehicles. It's amazing the amount of acoustic work that goes into designing a vehicle these days. Back when I used to do voiceover work, it was not uncommon to do an audition sitting in my vehicle, just on my iPhone. Now that wouldn't be like the final audio, of course. That would be done in studio. But, you know, just so somebody wanted to get an idea of what I would sound like or how I would voice whatever their project was. Worked great. You just got to find a quiet parking lot to sit in. That way they don't have to wait for you to get back home and get in your studio or whatever. Lover, 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 you don't treat me no good no more. lava, lava, lava. You don't treat me no good no more. Is that the dumpster I just checked? Probably. Huh. And Kate, ooh, free food. Kasey might have to, I don't know, we'll get away from the trucker farmer look at some point. I just intentionally brought him in with sort of that dad look. That's why he's intentionally wearing the pants with the cargo pockets on them. Because in real life, I get made fun of wearing stuff like that all the time. I don't think I have any pants that have pockets. I have plenty of cargo shorts, right? They're handy. What? What do you want? Ooh, free water. See, 2 different kinds of water. So is that just cosmetic or is there a difference in them? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. Is that a compelling scene to set up with another player in RP? No, not really. So maybe just we'll wait till I'm really thirsty and we'll drink one and see how much it gives back, and then we'll drink the other. Then we'll know. I said we were farming and now we're dumpster diving in our clean outfit. Ooh, another rat head. We'll leave that one alone. Another brick. Because she's a brick house. So earlier I was talking about making bad financial decisions, and buying a new PC right now was probably one of them, right? And it probably was. The other one I made
¡Qué locura!
almost 2 years ago now. I bought a Jeep. And any Jeep, I love my Jeep. I am very happy with my Jeep. Any Jeep owner will tell you buying one is a poor financial decision, and they're not wrong. We actually bought 2. One for me and one for her. And the deal there actually kind of, among friends, I tell it, it's kind of a joke. I bought myself the Gladiator, and she got mad I wouldn't let her drive it, so she bought the Wrangler. And that's, there's some truth to that. I mean, that's not 100%, because I would let her drive it. It's just, it's so much fun to drive. I wanted to drive all the time, and she had fun driving it too, and her car was getting long in the tooth, so we found a good deal on a low mileage Wrangler for her. So I took my poor financial decision and we doubled it by doing it twice. But we enjoy them. We do off-road them. There's also... Is that the same as talking to the... Huh. How much is it? What is that? $1,150,000? Well, if we had another $1 million, we could buy it. Anyway, yeah, so we do a couple of things. We do like to go off-road them. We have a group we go with, or sometimes we'll go on our own. And where I live, there are plenty of opportunities for parades. In fact, I think there is a St. Patrick's Day parade. We're not doing anything with it. We can make that. But you've got, you know, Christmas parades, and Mardi Gras is a thing here. And that's where we have a lot of opportunities. And so, anyway, we decorate them up and make them look all silly. There's really nothing to do back here. Okay. Look out. Other than, you know, maybe run into a fuel tank. Where'd we leave the car? Down here? Oh, did we do on the other side of the street yet? So we have fun with our Jeeps. We just added, we're always modifying them. Hers is lifted pretty good. Mine is not yet. And I probably will at some point, but it does everything I want it, almost. It does almost everything I want it to do, just as is, right? And when I say almost, and this is kind of why I might lift it a little bit, let me put it this, it's done everything I've needed it to so far. But I would like to raise it a little bit so it's not scraping quite so hard in certain situations. I don't worry too much about it because it's not rocks I hit, it's mud. It's still not good for it. And then I would like to increase its water, what they call water fording capability, basically so it can go in deeper water, which is not an issue right now. I will never intentionally, for fun, make it an issue. But hurricanes are a thing, and this is part of why I bought it. Last time we had a major hurricane in my area, the vehicle I was driving then was not capable of getting out of the area that we were stuck in. My Gladiator is. And I mean, I've done some stuff to it. I went to a slightly larger size tire on it. I'm running 35s right now. And I do think I would like to lift it and go to 30s. Well, no, I take that back. I'm sorry. I'm getting my vehicles confused now. I'm running 33s on it. And I think I would like to lift it a little bit and go to a 37. 35. I want to take mine to a 35 because I don't think I need to go that crazy with it. And I don't really want to deal with the headaches that going to a 37 entails. But I should be able to go to a 35 without regearing or whatever. She wants... I think she wants 37s, which... See, for hers, we'd have to regear to go to 35s anyway. She's kind of maxed out anyway. We'll see. What do I have on me before I get out and work on hurting myself? That's not mine. This is mine. Let's just be careful. We're just looking around. We can't get in too much trouble, right? We're supposed to be doing that farming thing, but I've gotten distracted because we're seeing stuff I've never seen before. I've never flown that biplane in a server, but in regular old... Nope, can't climb that, I guess. Regular old GTA. Oh, I hate that plane. Hate it with a passion. There are a lot of civilian planes in GTA I do like flying, though. That's just not one of them. Okay. Why don't we... Because I don't know exactly where I'm supposed to go or what I'm supposed to do. So why don't we... What? Get back in the car. Isn't there a farmhouse or something up here? I wonder if that would help. I just don't remember where it is. I mean, I know it is. I just don't remember where. Let's go see. Of course, Kasey doesn't know that either, so he's just exploring. I don't need my seatbelt for doing fine. I don't need the fog to go away so I can see better. Because I can't remember if it's up the hill or down. I mean, there's whatever that building over there is. I guess I didn't take the road. Yeah, I know. I didn't take your dirt road. I'm sorry. Didn't I just come back out? Not where I want it to be. Okay. O'Neill. That rings a bell. O'Neill, isn't that where the O'Neill farmhouse is? Let's go up and explore that way and see what we find. Alright, but first we're going to pause because for whatever weird reason, Siri has decided I need Halloween music. Hang on. That's crazy. So she was playing Nightmare on My Street by Will Smith and DJ Jazzy Jeff or whatever, which is from my Halloween playlist. But I hit skip on that and she immediately went to a Christmas song. I'm like, what the hell? What I did was I tried to set up something new because, I mean, I like my music, but I like hearing different stuff too. So I did that thing where you let her make suggestions or whatever. But I don't want holiday stuff in it. Ugh. With one, well, maybe more exceptions, but there is one hardcore exception I can think of. That Pogue's Fairy Tale of New York song. I mean, I could listen to that thing year round. Okay. There might be stuff to do around there. I still want to I want to look around the buildings. Is that where I want to go, maybe? I noticed the car is full of clutter. What am I supposed to do about it? I don't have a house. It's either going to live in the car or the van. What do you want? I said we were going to farming, but there are just so many interesting places up here to explore. I do wish the fog would go away so we could see a little better. On the right. Bum, bum. And I still don't know exactly where I'm supposed to be going to do farming, but it's got to be up here somewhere, right? We'll figure that out. It's taking a back seat at the moment. Oh, crap. Sorry. Oh, well, there you go. I bet that yellow tractor icon on the map, I bet that's where we farm. But I'm exploring at the moment. What's over here? There's a dumpster. Another repair kit. Moo, cow. That's a fun one that all of my kids have done growing up, but especially the youngest one right now. Anytime we drive by a field of cows, we have to roll the windows down and yell "moo cow" at them. That's true. So it's fun. And because we're in kind of a rural, boy, I cannot say that word. We live in the country. We have lots of opportunities to drive by cow fields. Is the dumpster really all that's around here? This just seems interesting. But maybe. Hola, ¿cómo está?
My job is a cakewalk.
I, I hear you, man. All right, we got the barn over here with these guys. They look like trouble. What are you guys up to? Nothing. I can just sell you. No, can't sell you drugs. I can sell you drugs. Why can't I sell you drugs? I can, just wasn't close enough. Not that we have any drugs. I don't even know anything about drugs in this city. Which makes it easy to roleplay Kasey, because obviously he doesn't either, but that makes it super easy because I don't either. Okay. What's up there? I know me, if I climb up there, I'm going to fall off. Risk versus reward. I knew there was a farmhouse up here. Okay. The question is it just here for looks, or is there anything interesting hiding anywhere? Ooh. Me and you, and I think to myself, wonderful world. Yeah. Maybe it's just here. Or RP, you know, if you wanted to RP in here or something. Because I'm not really seeing anything, but... I mean, I've got to start paying more attention, and so, I mean, Kasey has got to start paying more attention, because there is so much that he has started to figure out, like the fact that there's, you know, he's found 2 crafting benches. Now, one of them seems kind of trucking specific. So if there's one that's trucking specific, that must mean that there are others that are specific for other stuff, right? The very first one he found was in a build site, but he and I both did not pay attention. I don't know what you build in it. So I got a sneaky suspicion that that one, I don't have any suspicion at all. I don't know. I don't know what was in that one. So we might have to go recheck that out. I don't think you look through your third eye a whole lot in the city, but maybe. Because it seems like most of the, I mean, you do when you're looking at the, like you look at the NPCs, and that, I don't know. But I'm trying to stay in the habit of using it from time to time. A, because other servers I know you use it more, but B, it's just good habit to make sure I'm not missing anything. At least I think it is. I don't know that, but I think it is. Okay, I'm not finding a whole lot to do in here, so maybe this is just here as a place to RP. And that's okay. Or maybe I just haven't figured it out yet. They buffed like apartments and stuff, and that's why I was saying maybe Kasey needs to get one. It was something I just read a little bit ago on an announcement, but they've buffed apartments and stuff, so there's now a rested buff. So he might need that. Kind of wish I could rest in those sleeping bags in there. All right, so we explored the farmhouse. Mm-hmm. And I gotta be honest too, like, I know this isn't super exciting for anybody that might want to watch it, but it's exciting to me because A, it's something new I haven't seen on a new PC with incredibly different graphics. So not only, I mean, it just looks better in every way. And I hope it does for you guys too. I hope. And I'll have to play with that a little bit because I can go check on the stream health on my backup PC, which is what I just did. But it's got a crappy monitor. I didn't realize it was crappy till I bought good monitors. I didn't know any better. Don't buy an expensive monitor. It just ruins you on cheap ones. Get up, stand up. Fight for your right. Which is funny, I've got Bob Marley stuck in my head because I don't even have any Bob Marley playing in my ears or anything. It just popped. We have a problem. And you say, what's the problem? The problem is I have completely spaced out on where I left the car. I have been running around having such a good time. I don't remember where we parked it. Huh. It's not around here because we hadn't been into here just yet. Hello, chicken. I can too. Pet food. I don't have a pet, but we'll take that anyway. Hey, forklift. We could drive the forklift. You do anything? I can sell you drugs. Okay. Why does everybody in this town want drugs? Bunch of crack addicts, man. Da-da-da-da. I seriously have gotten myself lost. We have a couple of cheats, right? We've got that app on our phone. We can pull up the car location, and we might do that. I want to see if I can figure it out. Or at least get closer. We were checking out the farmhouse, which is up there past the silos, right? Let's go that way. Because I really do not remember where I left the car. Maybe I'll build that into Kasey's forgetfulness. That's kind of funny. Because I don't have that problem, and I do not have that problem in real life. I am, first of all, just pretty good at remembering it. But like if I'm in a new city or whatever and using a parking garage, I make all kinds of mental notes to myself on where the garage is. And of course, now on your phone, you can pin your car location too, which, you know, is emulated here in game. But like, I can't remember the last time I used that because I don't have that problem. There's the car. Look at there. I'm better than I think I am. Sometimes. All right. So I tell you what, I think we're going to end it there. I know we said we were going to go farming, and I did not because I get back in the car because I got distracted, and I said I want to end it here. I don't. What happens if I sign out here? My car will go away, and I'll be stuck out here without a vehicle, right? I don't know that, but I think that's what's going to happen. So, where is the nearest public parking? It looks like it's going to be back in Sandy. Don't want to go up to Polito. Don't want to go back into the city. I don't see one around here anywhere. I don't think. Yeah, here's the farmer jobs. Very cool. All right, so we are definitely going to check that out and play with that. But there's not public parking up here. Okay. Okay. So we're going to go back in the city. Then we'll take a break. Nope, I was about to go the wrong way. All right. Let's speed around a little bit on the... I was going to say let's speed around and have a lot too much fun on the dirt roads. And we could, but the car is already beat up. So maybe we need to be somewhat more... As I was about to say, be somewhat more careful. Yeah. Yeah. Don't want to do that. So the farm's on that side of the road. Okay. Good to know. So yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to go sliding off-road onto the beach because I can't seem to stop. Okay. You're a terrible driver. Yes, yes I am. God, there's so much to explore. I might need to find a friend to do some exploring with. Just because. Alright. Have we been here? Is that the gas station we used? I don't remember. Or is that a different one? No, that's got to be the same one, right? Because City Hall's right up there. Okay. And that's the shop we were at. And I don't know what that is. What am I hearing? I mean, I know what I'm hearing. I'm hearing like an ambulance, but where is it? Will you knock it off? Somebody gave up on a perfectly good El Camino? Uh-huh. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey.
Send me that pic you took yesterday. Cool, I'll hit you up later.
I don't know. Does anybody really want to watch me explore? Maybe. This is fascinating to me. So maybe somebody else thinks it's fascinating. Where am I parking? I wasn't even paying attention looking for the spot. I bet it's on the other side. What did I just hit? Get out of that. And we weren't trying to turn it on. We were trying to turn it off. There you go. It's over there. Okay. But we found a dumpster. Anything good in it? Search it, search it, search it. More coffee. Okay. So where is, I found the pull a car out spot. Where is the put a car away spot? Over there. Why the hell are there people sitting in the middle of the parking lot? What are y'all doing over here? That's my line. Ooh, another dumpster. What has my life become? I have become a dumpster diver. Gross. Well, look at that. We might rest here for a little while because we got a piece of plywood we could treat as a bed. We got our entertainment right there on the ground. Watch a little TV or something. There's a perfectly fine looking mattress we could sleep on. That'd be okay. Yeah, I think we're gonna take a nap here. This'll do nicely. So, in fact, let's just more for fun and giggles than anything else. Perfect. Bum sleep. There you go. You aren't laying on it right, but that'll work. All right, chat, I am going to end it there. I am going to take myself a little me time, but and adjust my settings that I wanted to adjust and see if I can figure out a couple of little things. But I'll probably get back on and play for a couple hours in a bit. So we'll talk to you then.
In the porch again, wondering when you're coming home. When you're coming home. Oh, Mount Josiah, don't remember names. Josiah, don't remember. Just the weight of feet upon its trail. Summer's coming with a heavy hand to bury everything I thought I earned. Everything I earned. August heat, thick as Zancudo swamp. Cicadas screaming in the tall old trees. Climb the peak above just to stomp. Looking for someone who isn't keeping score as the maples turn red as iron ore.